Orkney, also known as the Orkney Islands, is an archipelago off the northeastern coast of Scotland, made up of around 70 islands, though only 20 are inhabited.
There is a free shuttle bus that takes you the 2.5 kilometers from the pier to the Kirkwall Travel Centre in town. If you wish to explore on your own, there are local buses that you can take to some of the most well-preserved Neolithic sites in Europe, including Skara Brae, a 5,000-year-old village, the Ring of Brodgar, a large stone circle, and the Standing Stones of Stenness.
We were tempted to explore these, but after a few busy ports in Iceland, we decided to spend the day exploring Kirkwall. Reflecting on it now, we really wish we'd had the chance to explore those Neolithic sites in Orkney. Who knows if we'll make it back there again. When you're at a new port of call, it's a great idea to think about what you truly want to see and remember from the place. You might not get another chance to visit, so make sure you don't miss out on what's important to you. Good morning from the beautiful town of Kirkwall here in Orkney, Scottish Highlands, the islands. We're approaching St. Magnus Cathedral, founded in 1137. With its distinctive hues, this stunning building is one of Orkney's most significant landmarks. Still used to as a church by the people of Orkney, owned by the people of Orkney as well. And you can see already quite a few people here to visit this church this morning.
St. Magnus Cathedral, one of Scotland's most magnificent medieval buildings, is a stunning red sandstone cathedral founded in 1137. Its soaring arches and huge round pillars are typical of the Romanesque style.
St. Magnus Cathedral contains memorials to prominent Orcadians. This includes explorers William Balfour Beatty and Dr. John Rae.
Painted panels depicting the events surrounding the martyrdom of St. Magnus were painted by children, 15 boys and girls aged 13 years, from the Isle of Arran.
There is also a memorial and bell from the HMS Royal Oak, a battleship sunk in 1939 with the loss of 835 lives.
The graveyard of St. Magnus Cathedral is estimated to contain at least 5,888 people. Look out for the headstones commemorating famous Orcadians like Arctic explorer John Rae, and also for the resting places of less fortunate folk in their paupers' graves.
We stop by the nearby Earl's and Bishop's Palaces for a glimpse into medieval Orkney. The medieval Bishop's Palace was built around the same time as St. Magnus Cathedral in the early 1100s.
Earl Magnus was murdered in 1115 because of a dispute over jointly ruling Orkney with his cousin. Following this, miraculous happenings occurred near his gravesite. Though initially Bishop William the Old dismissed these tales, he was himself cured of blindness after praying at the grave. Magnus was declared a saint in 1135.
Across the road you'll find the Earl's Palace, built between 1601 and 1606 by Patrick, Earl of Orkney, one of Orkney's most notorious rulers. It incorporated the older Bishop's Palace as extra accommodation for the Earl's household. By 1705, the Earl's Palace was uninhabitable.
It is amazing to think that such a beautiful building could go from foundation to ruin within a century. By 1745, the roof of the Earl's Palace had been stripped. The timbers were used elsewhere and the slate sold. It has remained roofless ever since.
When we are exploring new places, we love venturing beyond the tourist spots and diving into the local neighborhoods. It's the best way to really get a sense of the town and its people.
Let's take a stroll through some of Orkney's lovely districts.
You never know what you will stumble across.
Here we enjoyed watching a few Orcadians enjoying some time at the local Kirkwall Bowling Club. The club benefits from being next door to the Bishop and Earl's Palace, where the 12th century palace provides a striking backdrop for bowls competitions.
We wandered along the narrow path called Copland's Lane. Here you can get a peek at the back of St. Magnus Cathedral.
This takes you out at the top of one of Kirkwall's ancient thoroughfares, the Strind. During World War II, the thick walls of the Strind provided ideal protection. It was roofed over and used as an air raid shelter.
Kirkwall has a great selection of cafes and restaurants where you can savor some local Orkney treats like seafood, Orkney cheese, and local ales. We happened to find Café Lowell's, and it turned out to be the perfect spot for a cozy traditional experience. We couldn't resist trying their scones, first the clotted cream, then the jam. The food and the company were absolutely wonderful. The owner was baking away, and once the cafe quieted down, we had a lovely chat with her and our delightful waitress.
Then a stroll through the shops as we started to make our way to our shuttle bus to head back to the ship.
A memorable day spent in Orkney.
Don't forget to subscribe so you'll be notified when our next video comes out, where we'll be exploring Edinburgh, Scotland. We always appreciate your likes and comments. See you next time.